is part of our Austin support volunteer team. And they could not get out of town this morning. It's freezing rain, and they decided that it was better to ask us to make a presentation for them. So I'm just going to, if you don't mind, share with you this story. It's from Victoria Capsule. Victoria has had a long involvement and passion with the Luther Hotel. She starts by saying, preservation isn't just keeping the old. Preservation itself is change. Preservation is growth. Preservation is a celebration of who we are and who we can be. And today we have the almost new Palacios Preservation Association, the group that organized with a clear purpose to save the Luther Hotel. And even now, the role of that organization is changing. In recent years, Texas has experienced incredible population growth, but noticeably more in the urban areas than the rural areas. But as programs like this Smithsonian project reveals, there has been a noticeable decline in many rural communities. Palacios is 4,400, a very, very, very small, very wonderful community. So Palacios is at a crossroads, but it has already moved through the four-way stop. As preservation-minded people, we have a special opportunity to watch this new great chapter in history unfold. If you are a visitor, you are not limited to just being a visitor. I started my journey as a visitor, and I'm now a member of the Preservation Association, an extended member of the community, and I've never felt so welcome. Visit Palacios and see what preservation in progress looks like. See the Luther. Come and do the fence walk around the hotel while you can, because before you know it, that fence will be gone, allowing the Luther to once again reach out and embrace Palacios, Texas, and the world. The relationship between Palacios and the Luther Hotel is intertwined. The hotel was originally built to attract people to Texas and will now attract new visitors to Palacios. Today you can walk all the way from the Luther to the site of the original Bayview Hotel. I can't speak to you today without personal perspective, but indeed that is one of the greatest parts of the Luther story, its personal perspective. So as you learn more about this incredible story, you might be thinking about your own story, and you will then become a piece of the bigger story. And that's the way it happens. I live in Austin, but a huge piece of my heart lives in Palacios. So, what happened in the last 10 years? Between 2010 and 2014, my husband and I sat on the front porch of the Luther with Jack Finley, sole owner of the Luther, and formed a corporation called the Luther Hotel Foundation. The goal was to transfer the hotel to a non-profit entity that could exist beyond Jack's ownership. Jack and his late wife, Claire Joy, were very committed to continuing the life of the hotel beyond their own existence on its good Texas soil. We even started building a database of hotel guests. In 2014 alone, there were guests from 13 different counties, and it was a mecca for world travelers. So there were some things that were very unfortunate. Jack Finley, the sole owner of the hotel, died. Jack died without a will, in effect leaving the Luther to 30 plus heirs in Alabama. A decision was made to demolish the hotel, and demolition was already getting underway. So for a time, influences outside our community were prevailing. But then it all changed. Palacios had a community that came together. The Palacios Preservation Association was created. Jack Finley's legacy was being realized. During his life, Jack was at home at the Luther, and he shared his home one guest at a time. He didn't like promoting his home in a marketing kind of way. He liked answering the phone and talking to people and helping potential guests find great places to visit. These aren't just nice things to say about Jack Finley. These are some of the reasons that so many people came together to save the Luther Hotel. So there were some pivotal moments in the last few years. The demolition fear created a kind of come and take it sentiment. She says, 2 little old ladies worked with legal help to stop the demolition, and big battles ensued, and support for saving the hotel grew like crazy. I don't know about little old ladies. The legal battle that developed was significant. One side of the controversy was well financed. The Luther Hotel side was represented by that group of lawyers that Edith talked about. Lawyers who worked for free for the entire journey because they felt so passionate about it. And outside the hotel was the iconic tree. There's a big, beautiful elm tree outside the hotel that's windblown. So it comes from the bay and kind of reaches up in a very beautiful shape. And the tree was having terrible problems. And so the volunteers came out on Tuesday and Thursday evenings with jugs of water to save the tree. And the tree was saved too. It's a lovely story. That's what she's talking about. Palacios is culturally unique, already feeling the beginning of the new changes tied to the Luther, and is about to experience some grand economic growth made possible by a new owner, city leaders, the Palacios Preservation Association, and the amazing people of Palacios. So the Smithsonian is committed to tracking change. Palacios is certainly worth watching. So that's one of the volunteers from outside of town talking about her experiences. But those of you who are here